Well, here we are again with the second round of filler content. Second round, right?
We're definitely past number 2, that's for sure. Maybe 3 or 4.
Third round? What did we do last week?
We've done already 2 tier lists, I believe, and then
That's not true. We did one tier list.
No shot.
Oh, right. We only did one. We did the villain tier list, you fool.
No, hold on.
That's it.
I got the bus
And then last week was the Toriko episode. You're right. Last week was the second round Toriko. Welcome to the third round of filler, one with a lime. That's what I call it now.
We didn't do a tier list for
No. Don't say it. We didn't. I don't know what you're about to say, but we didn't. We've done exactly 2 tier lists in our entire careers. The parents one and the villain one.
We didn't do a third?
No.
Damn. I must have had a really vivid dream then. Holy shit.
You are imagining things. Anyway, with the third round of filler content comes a returning favorite. Unfortunately, only I will get to experience this. But our lovely host of the week, Justin, is here to guide me through. Justin, say what we're doing.
We are going over another cover story email brought to us by our fabulous unpaid intern, Gabriel. Shout out to Gabriel. He is truly MVP of this podcast. Like, he doesn't work directly on the show, but boy, does he support it in more ways than one. But yeah, to explain Christian's whole spiel a second ago, we've been given an order from the higher ups that they would like us all to work on our hosting skills, since I'm sure many people recognize in some capacity or another that Brendan tends to have the charisma is the word I would use to, steer the ship more often than not, and usually takes the lead about, where we go topic wise and such things. And it's a skill that we should all have. And I agree with that. And apparently I'm up. So it's my turn. And, in the following weeks, you'll also hear Devin and Christian, and maybe Jordy will take a lead. He probably won't because he's a coward.
He won't, though.
Exactly.
Because he won't show up. I shiver at the idea that Devin will host an episode.
Same, actually.
In any capacity.
My brain also mostly assumed that when he read that message from the higher-ups, that he would mostly be in protest. He's like, I don't wanna. But he said, that's fine with me. And
well, I think he's also just been in pain all day. And so has just saw the block of text, went, I don't want to read that. So I'm just going to reply with, okay.
There is a 0% chance that is the case. Devin has been
I think there is
weather.
a well above 50% chance that is the case. Devin is out with some pain this week. He's not feeling well, so it'll just be me today.
And me.
And of course, our absent mother, also not here, very frequently making trips to the grocery store. Do absentee mothers also go out for milk and ciggies, or is there some other kind of set of things that they go out for?
I think this is very much a personal anecdote than anything else. I don't know if there's like a archetype or stereotype out there that I'm just not aware of. But in my experience, and people who have shared similar experiences with me, dad goes out for milk and ciggies and never comes back. Mom is usually, at work because she's a single mother having to support for her kids, right? So, and this really much basically fits the case for Brendan. He's just at work. He's been at work all these weeks. He's been missing. It's always work. It's always work for him. It's always working.
Are you saying Jordy doesn't work?
Jordy's a different case. He just doesn't want to be here.
I mean, sure, but that still wasn't even really my question. What's the female alternative to milk and ciggies?
They're just at work. That's my answer.
I don't accept that answer.
That's the only one I got.
There are absentee mothers out there.
The only
if you're an absentee
mother,
email us at pandasightings@gmail.com. Let us know what you told your kids you went out for before you left on their 6th birthday party.
Oh, I mean, listen, we all know that mom's hard at work, right? All the dads are deadbeats out there going for milk and ciggies.
I'm not going to make that statement. No, I'm not going to make that.
Me and my personal anecdotal bias are going to say it.
Equal opportunity absentee parents. All right.
Never heard of them.
The women want equal rights. They're going to get this part of it.
They can equally abandon their children.
They have equal opportunity to abandon their child.
Anyway, back to the email from Gabriel. As I mentioned, we're doing another cover story breakdown. This one's very sizable, and I'll just get into Gabriel's email here. Hey fellas, unpaid intern here. Sorry guys, this comes a lot later than I thought it would. This cover story is absurdly long, so you can decide when you want to cover it. I'm going to get on the other 2 cover stories now. Hopefully they won't take as long. The cover story title is Decks of the World. A little brief summary here. After the events of the Return to Sabaody arc, the news of Luffy's return spreads around the world. This cover story isn't much of a story, but rather a compilation of updates on the state of past characters after the time skip. And from here on out, it is just a long bullet list of, keeping up with One Piece, essentially.
Okay. Well, let's go through them like one by one or 2 by 1 if some of them are short.
All right, so number 1 here we have Makino, the bartender from Luffy's hometown, is shown to have become a mother as she is holding a newborn child.
Aww.
Still don't know who the father is.
Nice. I was going to say, do we have a father on hand?
No.
Or is it no? All right, add him to the bad parents tier list.
Imagine leaving Makino, bro. Imagine.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Couldn't be me.
I wonder. Do you think it's Whoopslat?
I'm moving on to the next bullet point. Next bullet point here is Dadan and the other mountain bandits seem ecstatic about Luffy's return. They're just happy to see their boy alive.
Didn't we see that? I feel like we saw that in the anime, right?
There's definitely been some things from the this cover story that were kind of alluded to, if not directly alluded to.
At least during the war arc, I think. Like, directly after the war arc, I feel like I remember seeing Dadan and the mountain bandits for some reason.
I think
maybe that was my vivid
Actually, hold on. Okay,
dreams.
No. So what we saw in the anime was when Luffy goes back to Marineford a couple of days later after, mentally regaining himself. I think this is post time skip. So like they show up on Sabaody again. The news catches word of it, and then that news gets spread around the world. That is my understanding.
Okay.
Un momentito, just opening other page.
Does Gabriel say if the cover story featured one-time Golden Ham winner Dogra?
Not to mention that I'm opening up the wiki just so I can look at them if I can. And
that would have been nice to prep ahead of time.
There's a lot of these, all right? That would be so many. What
were we doing before this?
You don't want to know the answer to that.
That's what I thought. I bet you he's there. He's very integral to the storyline. He's a Golden Ham winner, for God's sakes. He better be on the cover.
My browser is having a stroke. Hold on. Please hold.
Of all time. Truly one of the cover stories of all time.
Truly. Excuse me as I pass for time to get to the wiki page, because if you use... Oh my God, hold on. The wiki page has crashed. Refresh.
Hello, audience. How you doing? Are you guys having a good day? It's Thursday. The week's almost over.
For some of us.
You can make it. If you're listening to this on your commute in the morning, then I hope you get there safely. If you're listening during work, then congratulations, you have a better job than me, because I don't get away with that very often, and I wish I could, because I have a lot of podcasts to catch up on. So, congratulations. Keep that job for as long as you can.
Back to you, Christian. Can confirm cover story does indeed feature one-time Golden Ham winner Dogra. Woo! He is not front and center. That space is reserved for Dadan, but he is close stage right.
All right, I'll take that. My boy.
Next bullet point we got here is my browser is having a stroke. I am so sorry. Wow, this is scuffed already. I'm so sorry. All right.
Yeah.
We're leaving the mountain bandits and was it Windmill Village that Luffy's part of? Anyway, we're leaving that island. We're going on to a different one, and we are catching up with Rika. And for those who do not remember, she is the little girl who gave Zoro food when he was I guess, was he technically being executed? I don't know.
I think so. I think wasn't he being like left out there to just starve to death?
Yeah, it was execution by starvation, which is a form of execution. Or maybe they were going to
come back and like torture him or try and get information out of him or something like that. I don't remember.
It's been a long time.
I think it was just like leave him out there to die.
We catch up with Rika, as she has apparently joined a Marine base in Shelltown and is training to become a waitress. And I assume to, eventually maybe even go further down the pipeline in the restaurant industry. We don't know. But she
has to go to a Marine base for that?
I guess none of the local restaurants would hire her. I don't know. She just works for on a Marine base now as a waitress. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's the only restaurant in town.
I guess. I maybe she learns a little bit more about the food making process that way. Because I can't imagine she gets treated exceedingly well as a maid among many, many, many men.
Surely they're not all full of children, right?
What?
Anyway,
what are you talking about?
I don't know. Next bullet here is Koshiro, Zoro's sword master. He finds the newspaper of, hailing his return. He smiles, and you see him next to Kuina's grave, seemingly kind of telling her what's been going on, which is both sweet.
That's
and
another
a
one
sad.
I kind of feel like I remember seeing. Did they only do one after the war, after Marineford, or I feel like I'm losing my mind. Did they not also do a thing after Sabaody?
Not that I remember. I mean, because after Sabaody, they just go down to Fishman Island. I feel like there wasn't room made to keep up with otherworld content in that particular arc. So I'm going to say no. I could be wrong.
Okay. I'll choose to believe you for now because I don't have the brain cells to remember it right now either. So, but something about some of these feels oddly familiar, but maybe it is just like, maybe they did this after Marineford.
Next bullet point here is back in Orangetown. I know we've had an argument about how to pronounce his name. Choo Choo or Shoo Shoo, the dog?
I think mostly been Shoo Shoo.
Shoo Shoo and Mayor Boodle have opened a new pet food store. It is called Giant Pet Food Shop.
Giant Pet Food? That's adorable. I love that. Good for Shoo Shoo. He earned it. He deserves it.
Absolutely. He deserves to just get some passive income, retire.
What a badass boy, too. Doesn't he like fight some of the pirates, too? Like he bites a couple of them or something? Hell yeah.
My boy. Good dog. Good boy. Next bullet here. This one might come as a surprise for you. I don't think anyone could see this coming. Do you remember the character Gaimon?
The name rings a bell.
He was a dude who was stuck in a
yeah, he's the other moss head guy.
Yeah. So Gaimon has made a friend. Her name is Sarfunkel.
Wait. Okay, no, never mind. Continue.
So yeah, he's made a new friend named Sarfunkel. She's in a barrel, and I think she was giving him food. I want to say that's what I remember seeing in the cover story. I believe she was sharing food with him, and so he's
she also stuck in a barrel, or did she like love Gaimon so much that she put herself in a barrel while she's around him?
I cannot confirm it. She just kind of spawned, and she spawned inside of a barrel. So I'm assuming it's similar to Gaimon's situation for like one reason or another.
But he is still in the treasure chest, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is his hair bigger? Does he keep it trimmed?
I did not notice. Cannot confirm.
Well, good for Gaimon then.
He's made a friend. He's no longer alone with just animals. He's now got another human companion. We'll see what happens, maybe. Oda, give us an updated story about that. Are they staying friends? Did they fall in love? Like,
Break my man out of the chest too at some point,
I don't know. I think the treasure chest and the barrel built, I don't know, it's a character trait. I like it.
I think they're just fused with them now. They have become one with the treasure chest or barrel.
Okay, hold on. At the risk of making Law seem like an awful person, I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
You think Law put them like that?
There's a non-0% chance.
You think Law shambled their asses with fucking treasure chest and a barrel?
I'm not saying I believe anything. I am just simply saying it's a possibility.
Look, now that you've put this idea in my head, I can't think of it any other way. I'm pretty sure we got like Gaimon told us how we ended up in the chest too, but now it means nothing.
All that canon information, headcanon.
It doesn't mean anything. It's gone. Headcanon is now he got into a scuffle with Law, and Law went, I don't have time for this shit. Put the gnome in a chest. Close the door.
It's fucked up.
Now they're just bonding together over their mutual hatred of Law, and we're gonna get a whole revenge arc in episode 977,000.
Christian's onto something. Speaking of onto something, we're moving on. Next bullet point here is Carrot, Pepper, and Onion. They are the three little kids who formed a pirate group on Usopp's island. Those three they're just kind of featured in the cover. They're grown up a little bit now, and they are super excited to know that Usopp has made a return. To the Grand Line, the new world, the world of piracy, and great shape.
Very wholesome.
Very great shape. Usopp, what a glow up. What a homie.
What about the girl too, right?
Do you mean Kaya or?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now to bring her up. Kaya is actually studying to become a doctor.
Yeah, I remember this. This happened also. I know this one for a fact. Either it happened in the show or we've already talked about this.
We've definitely talked about it before. I know Brendan has brought it up in some capacity.
I remember her like wanting to study for a doctor. Maybe that's where that's coming from. Like I think way back then, even we knew already.
Well, she's following her dreams of studying to become a doctor, presumably to nurse Usopp back to health after his many injuries.
She's going to replace Chopper on the crew.
All right, hold on.
Okay. She'll replace the doctor part, freeing Chopper up to become a complete badass martial artist.
No.
He focuses entirely on Kung Fu Point.
No. There is no shot Usopp and Kaya ever reunite until like the very end of the series where, the crew finds the One Piece and they've all achieved their individual goals. And Usopp's like, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to go find the woman I love and tell her how much I love her. And when that happens, Kaya and Usopp will live happily ever after. And Usopp will have his own personal doctor for the rest of time. And that is...
And then they move to Elbaf.
You know what?
Together.
That wasn't part of my agenda, but it is now. I absolutely want that. Kaya and...
She learns giant medicine.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Usopp deserves that ending. Living on Elbaf
she learns
with Kaya.
Brave Warrior of the Sea style medicine.
This is the ending I want. Oda, please hear my words.
I'm here for it.
Yes, she's studying medicine, and Mary is doing his best to block off any local men trying to shoot their shot at her.
All right, I respect it.
Shout out to Mary.
He's playing the wingman for Usopp.
Hell yeah. Next bullet point, we have a return for Johnny and Yosaku. They have decided to stay on Kokoyashi Village and gave up their careers as bounty hunters and instead decided to become fishermen. And they named they're on a boat. And they named their boat the Bounty Maru.
Okay.
So they're just local fishermen.
Any significance?
Not that I know.
Okay.
But if I click this,
start for them.
It's a boat.
Moving out of a life of crime.
Apparently, trivia, Maru in the Bounty Maru is a common ending for ship names in Japanese. So nothing super profound, but it's there. Next bullet point we're moving on to my favorite chef in the series that's not named Sanji, Redfoot Zeph. He's back. He's smiling as he's learned about Sanji's, updated, adventures, if you will. And the Baratier is undergoing some renovations in the beginning of this little... Yes, we are expanding. I believe the Baratier itself is getting bigger, but they've also expanded to 2 different locations. I think they're literally attached to each other.
It's just a train of...
Yeah, it's like a train or like a little triangle, I had an imagery in my head, but it's like they're on a resort in the ocean. And it's like, here you have, the buffet station. And then if you go a few blocks down, you have our fine dining establishment. It's kind of like sister restaurants when someone who's just a restaurateur just owns multiple restaurants. You got, your...
So they're moored at an island, or are they still just floating out in the middle of the sea?
They're still floating out in the middle of the sea. So you have the Baratier as the main station. Patty has opened up a sister location called the Joint Dessert Ship, Sister Monkfish. Ooh. And then Carne has opened a sister location called the Joint Teppanyaki Ship, Nasu Garashi. I have to double check which one, but I know one of these is literally a submarine. I thought that was pretty cool.
What's Nasu Garashi?
No idea.
What kind of food is that? Is that food? I assume it's food.
I don't know, but I know teppanyaki is, I know I looked this up at some, a long time ago. It's a type of Japanese style of cooking where you cook on a flat top, and it's meant to make a particular type of food. I want to say it's meant to make okonomiyaki, which is I guess we'll call it an omelet kind of dish. It's based with cabbage and mayo and some other fillings and stuffings. That's all I got for you. But moving on, we are moving toward Cocoa Village, where Nami grew up. The villagers have received the local newspaper, and they are all super excited to hear about Nami being safe and sound and having her grand adventures. They're also all standing next to Belmir's grave, which is really sweet. Naturally, Genzo is having a titty attack over Nami in a bikini.
Yeah, protective father things. It happens. What about Nojiko? I assume Nojiko's there.
Yes, absolutely.
Is there any indication of what Nojiko's been doing?
No, doesn't. Maybe she looks a little older. I personally can't tell, but no difference here. Everyone kind of looks the same to me.
Damn, that's lame.
Yeah.
I want to know what Nojiko's up to over there.
I'll send you a picture later.
What was she doing before? Did we ever know what she was doing there?
I don't. Yeah, I got nothing.
Did you just like work the fruit trees?
I got nothing for that one. I'm sorry, but
damn, pretty lame.
Moving on. Ippon Matsu, the guy who sold which sword was it that he sold to Zoro in Love Town?
Wasn't that the cursed one?
Yes, I'm trying to remember the name. Was it Wadoichi Monji? I'm gonna say it was Wadoichi Monji. I might be wrong. Someone correct me later. He gets the paper and he notices Zoro and he's talking to his wife, I believe, and he's just like super happy. He's like, hey, look at this guy I sold that sword to. He's doing great. And I think he's like recently renovated his house or whatever. And in the bathroom, there's just a picture of Zoro in there. It's great. I love it.
They have a shrine. Why the bathroom though, man?
I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like this is more of like an older custom than it is now. But like, I feel like when I was younger, and when I watched like older media, it was really commonplace to like decorate your bathroom with like picture frames and magazines for people who just want to read something.
Right, that's fine, but like don't put a picture of someone you are proud of or look up to in your bathroom. I don't know. That seems like a weird thing to me.
Is it?
Not of people in your bathroom, yes. Like a random like a beach scene with a lighthouse in it or something, that's fine. Like that's like setting the mood of the bathroom. But like if I've got a picture of a person looking down at me while I use the toilet or I'm in the shower, that just feels objectively weirder. And it's even worse when it's, again, it's a picture of Zoro that he's put in there as someone that he's really proud of or happy that he knows, or to whatever end you want to call it. You know, normally the joke is like you make a big shrine or something in the spare room with candles all over it that are just constantly lit and you pray to it every night.
I don't know, man. I feel like you're reading too deep into it.
I don't feel like I am at all.
I don't know. Maybe,
I feel like I'm reading
like
a perfect amount into it.
Maybe after Zoro's
Unless this is a Japanese cultural thing that I'm missing, but
maybe it's like after he sold that sword to Zoro, his like shop business like just blew up exponentially. Whether it's because he got rid of the cursed sword or because Zoro's, you know, fame and whatnot got around town. They were like, hey, isn't that sword that one guy had? And then now everyone just flocks to his shop to buy a sword so it can be like Zoro. I don't know. But like, I don't know. There's plenty of reasons to be proud of Zoro.
You think he's upset because he noticed that he didn't have his family's sword also? Because he gave him two swords. He gave him the cursed sword and his family's sword.
Clearly, he has not noticed.
Zoro didn't have that.
Clearly, he has not noticed or does not care, because that's definitely not the scene being pictured here. But moving on, we turn back over to what was it? Was it Reverse Mountain or No, yeah, it was Reverse Mountain at the bottom with Crocus, right?
Oh yeah.
So we're catching up with Crocus, and he is seen having a cup of sake with some person. We don't see their face. They look like they're in like traditional Japanese, maybe samurai-ish attire. They have like a straw hat, I think.
Does he know someone from Wano?
And they just have like really long hair, like, and it's not like straight hair. It's kind of like it's spiky, but I don't know if there's like a real world. Like you wouldn't say someone has like long spiky hair. So like I don't know, but maybe it's meant to be curly or it's just an anime thing. I don't know. But we don't see their face. It's somebody sharing a nice cup. Also, Laboon's in the cover story. And that's the bigger
part. That was my next question is Laboon here? Because like, Crocus is cool and all, but like I'm here for Laboon.
Laboon is definitely here.
Hell yeah. Does he look like he's still been bashing his face into the red line, or?
I did look at this earlier and I want to say yes, but let's actually double check.
I imagine he probably still has all the scars there, which
definitely
apparently is just a feature of these fucking these whales.
They all have issues.
What are they called? Island whales?
I think so.
Is that what they're called?
Right. He also still has a Jolly Roger painted on his nose, and that's adorable.
That's good paint right there. that's some good ass paint.
That is some strong, probably toxic paint.
Absolutely. They're gonna have to. Crocus is gonna do a routine check of Laboon one day. You're gonna take like a blood sample, and it's just gonna be 50%
lead
paint. Yeah, it's just gonna be 50% lead paint.
Oh no. Moving on to something hopefully a lot less sad. So we catch up with two bounty hunters from Whiskey Peak. And they have apparently started a family. And for some reason, they seem pretty happy about the news with the Straw Hat Pirates. It is Mr. Nine and Miss Monday. Miss Monday, I remember for sure. She's just like the really buff lady. I think she was like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. There's her, and then Mr. Nine. How do I describe Mr. Nine? He's just like this goofy looking dude who kind of just looks like he's a.
I'm pretty sure I remember Mr. Nine. I don't know how to describe him either.
He's just like a really old Englishman with a crown, and he has baseball bats.
Yeah. He's like he looks like a younger guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Or blonde, orange.
I don't remember.
One of those, right? He had lighter hair or something. I remember who he is.
But yeah, those two apparently have a kid now, and they are just chilling in Whiskey Peak.
All right, not the update I expected to get, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I'm curious if Voda has plans cooking up for those two, because those are just kind of two really, really random characters to just kind of like feature. Like, okay, yeah, sure, you want to like touch upon every island and place the Straw Hats went to, right? And Whiskey Peak was obviously like a really big moment.
There's really
that's
like nothing else to go off of with Whiskey Peak, right?
Yeah, but like
there's no other significant characers there.
Because
that
just
happens to be like the one thing.
Zoro iced them all.
Quote unquote dead.
Quote unquote dead. Allegedly, Zoro killed them all. But moving on,
didn't he use the back of his blade? Didn't he specifically use the back? I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, he did. And then, but they were all knocked out. And Luffy was like, "You killed all these people, you bastard." But yeah, they're fine. Probably. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Moving on, we have Dory and Bragi, and naturally, they're still fighting. Because what else do they have to do?
Fucking assholes. Settle your thing already. God damn it.
They're still fighting, and it's gotten to the point where they've just run out of weapons, so they're just throwing hands.
They broke them in the episodes.
And I guess they ran out of materials to make new ones, or they just said they're still throwing hands. That's the update.
They should be fashioning weapons out of the bones of the dinosaur. That's
not too much work. They're clearly fighters. They're not blacksmiths or anything even close to a craftsman. All right,
just break off a rib bone then and start beating each other with it or something. And throwing hands is fun. I get it, but got a lot of time on our hands. Just get a little creative.
Moving on. This one you may not love. So, Wapple is back. Update? Yeah. God damn it. Wapple is back, and this context isn't immediately made known. I think it gets expanded on like later in the anime, but I'll just tell you now. So remember how we told you that Wapple did that whole Wapple factory thing? He made Wapple metal and became really rich and famous, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, the world governments and I believe Celestial Dragons in general recognized his success, if you will, and gave him his own country that has been named the Evil Black Drum Kingdom. And now he is part of the
I think I remember this. He gets to go to the big meetings up in the sky again, right?
He gets to be part of the reverie. Whatever the next one is.
What's that place called?
It was in Mary Joie in where the Celestial Dragons live.
Yeah.
So he's part of one of the kingdoms. I don't know how many there are, 12 or something like that. But he's now an officially recognized country.
Yeah, I remember somebody mentioned this at some point too. Probably Brendan, but I remember this.
Wapple's on the come up. He's on his
bullshit. Hate this.
He's making a comeback. Ready to come back, baby.
Getting a redemption arc. Get out of here. Get him out of here.
What's the next bullet point here? We just get a shot of a beautiful castle that's been built in the Cherry Blossom Kingdom, aka formerly known as Drum Kingdom.
Nice.
And you just see Dalton reading the newspaper.
What about the young spring chicken?
Oh, her? Yeah, we're going to answer her.
Doreen.
So I think I mentioned this in maybe it was like last week or 2 weeks ago. So I remember I told you that the 20 MDs has now expanded to the 100 MDs, and they now work under Dr. Kureha, and that's just this cover story establishing that. We move.
Did you mention that?
I remember telling you that, or at least in some capacity.
My mind.
It was a trivia question.
I answered that question. I remember the trivia question. I remember answering it because it was relatively easy, but I don't remember you mentioning anything after that. I think my brain turned off and celebrated because I got the question right. That's cool. 20
MDs have now expanded. We've got Dr. Kureha leading them all. Now we move on to Alabasta, where we keep up with Koza, who has become a member. He now holds the position of Royal Environmental Minister, and he's also celebrating with the rest of the citizens about the returns of Straw Hats. So good on Koza. He's got a new job.
Koza's the other guard, right? like next
No,
to.
Koza was the like revolutionary guy who was friends with Vivi.
Oh, right.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay. Yep. I'm here.
So
I'm
he's
on
become
board.
the Secretary of the Interior for Alabasta.
The guy who almost led a revolution. let him into the government now.
I mean, listen, you had to settle down the people some way. It's like, hey, all right. Clearly, you all have an issue with us using rain powder, and that's understandable. We'll have Koza lead the EPA of Alabasta.
so now, if anything goes wrong from here on out, this was your guy. See this guy? That's your man's. You can get mad at him now if things don't change.
Exactly. More in Alabasta, we are keeping up with Pel, Chaka, and Igram as they're all being suited up for the Reverie, which apparently is happening this year in the manga's timeline there. And Igram has a newspaper and he's sharing the news with them. Vivi has apparently turned 18 during this time. Cobra has become sick. I don't know if it's like a temporary thing or like old age or like permanent or whatever.
Not
but
Cobra.
Vivi was shown being with her father who's sick in some capacity.
Oh, well, I don't like that. I don't like that
fine.
at all.
He's fine. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. It's the flu. He's fine.
I'm worrying. The flu in this time period is bad. That's a death sentence.
Nah, he's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about it now. It's gonna haunt me.
There are no death flags here, all right? There are no death flags in Ba Sing Se.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we catch up with Cricket and his two monkey goons.
Nice.
They're also reading the newspaper, and they're apparently on a new adventure to look for the Island of Dreams called Narakoa. Since they found out that the second half of Jai is in the sky, and the Skypiea is real, so they need a new purpose in life, I guess. And now they're looking for the Island of Dreams.
They're turning into like this universe's version of Indiana Jones or a Lara Croft now, where they just hunt down
legends.
Or Robin. You could just say Robin too. Yeah. Hunting down old legends of old that are supposedly not real, but then turn out to be real. That's cool. I like Mont Blanc cricket.
This one I did not think I needed an update on, but I'm so happy we get it. So remember the Southbird that the crew tried to shake with them? The Southbird obviously flew away from the Sunny or the Mary back then. But we get an update with that Southbird. He has entered a relationship with a Northbird, and they have 2 kids.
East and West?
Absolutely.
Son of a bitch. So, did they create the first East and West birds, or is this just how East-West birds are always created?
I have not even the slightest clue about
what happens from here. How do East-West birds procreate?
You get a.
Do they have to meet up with other East-West birds from different families?
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Because clearly opposites attract in this case.
Okay, hold on. Well, maybe. Okay, so if like an East and a West bird meet, you would go for like whatever the next, like, you would coin flip it, right? So you're either getting another North or a South bird, right?
Yeah.
But if you get like a North or South bird and you mate them with like East or West, you would get like, a Northwest bird or a Southeast bird. That's what I'm telling myself.
Oh, my brain hurts.
Listen, you asked this question. I'm trying to answer it.
I did, and I regret it. I regret it. So you pretty much take a North bird and an East bird, and you have a chance to get a Northeast. No, it has to be the opposite. So it can't be related to the 2 parents. So you either have a Southwest bird or no, that's it, right? What am I missing?
You're asking too many questions. We're going too deep into this.
My brain hurts. I'm done.
Moving
I don't care
on.
anymore. I have to save my brain cells.
Moving on. Where the heck are we going? Oh, okay. My brain's had a.
Come on, man. Recover yourself. Get it together. Pull yourself together. You can do this.
Okay,
it feels like we're only not even halfway through this.
We're almost at the end, kind of, sort of. We're about halfway. Anyway. So we jump up to Skypiea, and we find out that the Skypieans have made a new amusement park called the Rubber Band Land after Usopp just traded so many to them, apparently. And naturally, Amazon, which is the name of the old lady who is at border control, she's in charge of charging admission to the rubber band land.
Okay.
So that's cool. Inside the park, we have mostly rubber band themed rides or bungee rides. I don't know. It's weird. But Nola, which is the name of the giant snake god thing that we get in Skype in the modern time or the current timeline, Nola has been turned into a bungee jump attraction, willingly, allegedly.
Sounds disrespectful, but
hey, listen, they look happy letting kids, jump on their tail or whatever. And Isa apparently works there, and she sells balloons from what it looks like to me, and they call them sphere clouds. But it just looks like she's giving kids balloons, and I think that's awesome.
All right.
Shout out to Isa.
That's cute. I like it.
Still on Skypeo, we have Rocky and Konus. Rocky, or Laki, depending on how you pronounce that. She was one of the Shandians, the women Shandians. During that arc, and remember Konus, obviously. They have opened a pumpkin cafe where they sell pumpkin-based snacks and whatnot, and their specialty is pumpkin noodles.
So it's fall all year round there.
Oh yeah,
Pumpkin spice everything.
all day, every day.
It's a white girl's wet dream.
This one really surprised me, and I don't know how to feel about it from a narrative standpoint. But Wiper and his other Shandian commanders have become God's security guards or guardians, however you want to phrase it. They work for God now, or Gonfall, or whoever the new God is at this point. And they work security, which I feel like is not something Wiper would end up doing ever. But what do I know?
It sounds like a step down.
Yeah. That feels really weird, but I'm not going to dive down the rabbit hole.
But maybe he gets fulfillment out of working. If it's Gonfall again, then maybe he gets fulfillment out of it. Gonfall was a cool guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But speaking of Gonfall, we got a scene of Gonfall and the Shandian chief. They have become good friends in this timeline, and they are sharing this year's pumpkin harvest. And
Nice.
So yeah, they're just having a good time. We take a trip down to Long Ring Longland, or
Nice.
actually, I don't know if we're still on the island, but we keep up with Tonji, the old man we run into on that island. He has managed to catch up with his family, and he is with his grandkids, and they are just having a good time.
Nice.
Love
to see it.
We jump over to Water 7, where Kokoro has decided to take a day off. I believe every Sunday she takes off. And on Sundays, Chimney becomes the station master for the C train station. So you see her with her little conductor hat and everything and her coat. It's kind of cool.
What about what's her face? Kokoro?
Kokoro, she's shown just chilling. It's her day off. She's just reading the newspaper.
I'm willing to bet like every day is her day off.
Allegedly, it's only on Sundays, but who knows?
Sure.
Still on Water 7, we keep up with Mozu and Kiwi, who have decided to open up a bar, which is pretty cool. And apparently Lola is there having a drink, which is kind of cool.
Lola. Oh, Lola. Yeah. Okay.
After all of this time, Iceberg has finally found his replacement for Khalifa. It is a 10-year-old girl. Allegedly, she's a genius, according to Gabriel here. I don't know how much of that is true, but listen, surely the kid's got to be a genius if it's taken 2 years of deliberation and you're getting to be the mayor's secretary at 10. I don't know, you got something going for you, right?
Sure. Why not?
Still on Water 7, we have the Galley Law Company celebrating. They're celebrating successfully building the second sea train, and they called it the Puffing Ice.
All right. For Iceberg, presumably.
The Frankie family have joined Galley Law in some capacity, I guess, like as a sister company or whatever. And the, what do you call it? The Frankie family has reformed into the Zombie Union, who offer services for buying ships, repairs, and dismantling. They're still under the Galley Law umbrella, but they, I feel like everyone's kind of, joined the family again. You had Frankie and Iceberg have their beef, and by extension, you had Galley Law versus the Frankie family. But now all of those remnants have come together under one big,
Yeah. It's like everybody working for Warner Brothers Studios, but you'd never know. Unless you investigate it deep enough.
Yeah. Totally not a monopoly happening on the island. Totally. Nothing to see here. We keep up with Perona, who has managed to make her way back to Thriller Bark, and she's found Kumasi.
Wait, is there no update on... Kumasi?
Yes.
She remade Kumasi? And Kumasi die?
I don't...
Kumasi had a soul in him, right?
Yes. So in theory, then they would just have the corpse or something? I don't know, man. You're asking questions I'm not going to answer to. I'm just reading a bullet point.
What did she... What's going on?
She found Kumasi. That's all I can tell you.
I'm not satisfied with this. What did they do? How do they have him back?
Looking at this cover page, it looks like there's definitely no soul in the body. Like the eyes are blank. So I'm thinking so
it's just the corpse. She just has the corpse.
She just has the corpse, and she's loving it.
Oh man,
is she loving it?
Terrifying.
Yeah, she's loving it. She's loving it. I see a smile on her face.
Oh no, not like this. I want to roll this back. Wait, where's Paulie? There's no Paulie update on in the Galley Law cover?
He's in the Galley Law company. So I just said the company, but particularly in that story, in that cover page, it's Paulie, Tilestone, and Lulu celebrating the Sea Train.
Oh, okay. The other two were also major Galley Law members, right?
Yeah, so it's Paulie, Tilestone, and Lulu celebrating the puffing ice.
Oh, what about is the hamster there? What was the hamster's name?
Oh shit, you're right. Hold on, you're actually right. Hold on, I need to see. Was it T-Rex or Tyrannosaurus?
Yeah, it was Tyrannosaurus. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Surely Tyrannosaurus.
He's there. If I zoom in on the picture, he's not. I think he's grown up. Like he's gotten really big. He no longer fits in the pocket. He's just like standing on his own.
Oh, he's chonky.
He's chonky.
Chonky hamster.
Very
Kind of
chonky.
unhealthy, but we'll ignore it.
This is
Also,
One Piece.
we'll
Who
also
knows?
ignore the fact that most hamsters' lifespan is only about 2 years. So
So he's doing great.
He's living
He's living.
for now.
So we got Perona. We go on over to Sabaody, where we get an update from Disco, who was the guy in charge of the human auction house on Sabaody. The auction house has been
great.
destroyed, obviously. And Disco is essentially homeless and drunk. And
good.
he has a collection of wanted posters of, I think it's mostly the Supernova. Basically, anybody who like ruined his life, he just has a wanted poster of and he's mad at.
Right.
Which
Good. Fuck him.
maybe this is a comeback story for him. I don't know. Maybe it's
No, fuck
foreshadowing
him.
something. I
Put
don't
him in
know.
the dirt.
Maybe he reunites with Doflamingo and he gets his revenge. I don't know.
No, and he dies. Doflamingo murks his ass on the spot.
Honestly, you're probably right. We move over onto Impel Down. Some of this you might already know because I know we've talked about it a little bit. So the big thing is we know that Magellan stepped down from being the chief warden after the absolute fumbling of Straw Hat Luffy's breakout. Hannibal takes over as chief warden and Magellan takes over. Like they basically just swap roles, right? So Hannibal becomes the head honcho and Magellan's his subordinate now. But also other updates that happened. We have Domino, who has become a chief jailer. It also says here that Hannibal's just gotten fatter. Good for him, I think. I don't know. There's a new jailer beast added to the roster. The Mino Chihuahua.
Okay. I don't. Okay. I don't feel like that's a great addition, but sure.
That's great. Terrorizing. Terrifying. Both. I don't know. Don't care. My brain.
It just comes over and humps your leg. It's it.
Oh, God.
That's all it does to try and scare you off.
That's awful.
It barks really loudly and humps your leg.
Awful. Other updates. Solid Death has just hit a massive growth spurt for whatever reason. Like he's just like really tall now.
The little goblin guy?
Yeah, that goblin dude hit a massive growth spurt. He's either like really tall or at the very least just like average human
What the
size.
hell? He's juicing.
Maybe. And we find out that Sadie has apparently fallen in love with Magellan. And I don't know why. No one knows why, but she's fallen in love with him.
Sadie, like the really
Dominant.
sadistic one?
Yes, both
Okay.
words fit here. That cover story came out before the one that reveals that Magellan had stepped down. In that cover page, it says that Sadie has fallen in love with the new vice warden. And then the next week, we found out that the new vice warden is Magellan. Still not sure why she's fallen in love with him. There's absolutely zero explanation for that, but here we are.
Stranger things, man.
Stranger
things have
happened.
happened.
But now, for the most exciting part of it all, in my personal opinion, my boy Bon Clay has been confirmed as the new queen of New Kama Land out there in the prison, which I'm pretty sure I told everybody about in some capacity.
It's a thing that you tried to convince us of when we were trying to theorize something else, and then you were just like, nah, he's the New Kama queen.
It just seems so like self-explanatory, I guess. I don't know. It seemed obvious. Feel like if you didn't do that, you were trolling.
I don't remember what we said at the time, but I wanted that to be true.
One of you at the very least was like, oh, Bonchan like makes it off somehow. And I was like, no shot. No, no. Even if he theoretically could, I don't think he would want to abandon New Kama Land. But also, there was no shot he was making off of Impel Down after all that shit.
No, he's resourceful.
He made it his purpose to like essentially hold everybody back from chasing after Straw Hat and Co. by closing the gates behind them and then subsequently chopping himself. Anyway, what else do we have here? We have Ivankov keeping up with the newspaper. Not much other than that. Just see Eva on the screen. And that's great. Good enough for me.
I'll take it.
And the very last chapter, if you will, of this cover story, we have we see the graves of Whitebeard and Ace being shown.
Does a zombie hand poke through one of them?
No. No Gecko Moria nearby, all right? Keep that over there.
I'm just saying, I feel like this one doesn't need an update. We know they're still there, hopefully. Somebody hasn't vandalized them.
Well, I'm not going to say anything else. There's another detail in here, but I'm leaving it out for a particular reason. Just because to say it's a spoiler wouldn't be totally wrong, but not totally correct either. But you're a smart enough guy to put 2 and 2 together. And that would essentially be me spoiling content for you. And I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
So just know that if you're a dumber, I could tell everybody what I'm looking at.
I appreciate you holding back. That's a rare occurrence for you.
Well, in my memory, assuming it's correct in any capacity, I will more or less sooner than later be able to come back to this and explain what I saw because it'll be relevant to the content when we get to the next arc or the arc after. Who knows how long that's going to be, but
it's the other thing in the picture, Doflamingo pissing on their graves or something.
God, I mean, I'm not. I cannot confirm nor deny that information.
All right, no Doflamingo.
And that there
at
is
least not Doflamingo pissing on the grave.
Definitely no pissing. Is Doflamingo there? Cannot confirm nor deny. There is no.
He just puts one of those pink coats on both of their graves. He just
puts a boa around.
Yeah, boa. He puts a pink boa around each one of them so they look sweet in the afterlife too.
But that is the end of Gabriel's email and the end of the Decks of the World cover story. I can't believe we've almost had an hour. I did not think it would take that long. That's crazy. And thank God it's only 2 of us. This would have been way longer with Devin here. But
I imagine. Well, I guess Brendan already knows these things, but he gets excited.
But yeah, that is the end of the main piece of content here.
That's cool.
Next week, I don't know what the hell we're doing next week. You'll know when we know.
As per usual.
Quotes, well, there are none.
You'll know next week when the episode comes out because we clearly decided on something.
But just know we are getting very close to the release of the One Piece live action, and we will be covering that weekly. Hope we will, we got stuff planned for you, and we hope you like it.
Yep. Only 2 weeks?
I think so.
We got 2 more weeks of filler.
Yep, August. Is it? Which 31st?
Is way less than I thought we were. Didn't we plan for? We planned for 7 weeks at one point.
Yeah, but I think a part of our planning was us forgetting that we already had content lined up, so 7 turned to 4 or less. I
think it's gonna be 5 because this is 3. Wait, no, it is 4. You're right. Because Thursday that it comes out, we're recording it. Yeah, 4 weeks. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah, we're blowing through August. I don't know what happened. I'm scared. But yeah, next week, when we know, no quotes, no golden ham, unless you want to try to pick golden ham for this.
No.
All right, cool.
I don't.
Do you want to do a fan mail? Yeah, we'll do a fan mail real quick.
Yeah, we'll do a fan mail.
I do want to go on record and state that I normally try to go in some type of chronological order of when we receive emails. So if I haven't gotten to your email yet, I've obviously gotten it. If I haven't replied to you, I'm sorry. Whenever we do emails, I tend to go, in order of, who's reached out to us first, right? But today we managed to get an email that I just felt was super topical, and I felt like it needed to be addressed quicker than the others. So we got an email from Cankles today. Shout out to Cankles.
Cankles.
It's been
it's been a minute since we've heard from you.
So Cankles writes, "Yo boys, Cankles here. Finally sent an email after 3 years of listening. I was listening to your villain tier list and heard no supernovas. So my question is, which supernovas do you see as future allies, antagonists, and or neutral/mixed, a la Smoker, Kobe, or Garp? Feel free to edit around potential spoilers, though I think I'm good. Stay safe, Cankles." He puts his real name, but I'm not saying his real name.
That's fine. Cankles is better anyway. You should legally change your name to Cankles, or maybe your middle name, so it's not that chronically embarrassing, critically embarrassing. I don't know what I'm saying.
Neither do I.
Supernovas. I think
So
Off the top of my
let's just go through
head-
the list we have here. So for two supernovas, we have Law, we have Luffy, we have Zoro, we have Eustace Kid, we have Killer, we have X Drake, we have Jewelry Bonnie, we have Apu, we have Basil Hawkins, we have Uruge. That's 10 I've named so far. Am I missing somebody?
Did you say Capone?
Did not say Capone. That's 11. 11 supernovas. I think that's correct. Is there 12? I want to say it's 11. Now I need to figure it out. I'm pretty sure we named them all, but just so I'm sure. Supernovas. Worst generation.
One of those numbers is right. I think it's 11. 11 sounds right.
Scrolling.
Anyway, while you figure out what number you actually got, I want to say Kid and by extension Killer will at some point be antagonists to this story. I guess that by definition also includes Apu and Hawkins, even though I'd rather Hawkins be friend because I like Hawkins. Probably the best out of any of the supernovas. Trafalgar Law, definitely a villain at some point. Alrighty. Didn't Capone get like abducted by aliens or something?
We don't know what happened there, man. He just kind of, him and his crew just floated toward the sky or like a rock or something.
Capone's being experimented on by aliens. He's got bigger problems. Jewelry Bonnie's been arrested by the government, I think.
Last we saw her, she was kidnapped by Blackbeard. They were on, in hindsight, they were on Punk Hazard, but I don't actually remember that. I feel
they got the shit beaten out of them and then left there for the government to find.
Yeah, so we presume that she's in custody of them.
Yeah, and also we saw Uruge at some point, right?
We did?
I feel like we got some kind of minor update on Uruge.
I believe, if I remember correctly, we
just recently
saw him. So when the crew was going to Fishman Island, we saw Uruge end up on the island that the crew ends up at, like right after leaving Fishman Island. It was an island where it was just constantly thundering and lightning all the time.
Yeah.
And Uruge,
right, and then like the giant shadow appears over them or something like that.
They run into
right?
like an old lady.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
They run into some old lady on the sea who's like definitely there to like steal their teeth or something.
Yeah.
And that was the last we saw of him or heard of him.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully Uruge's dead. So I don't have to remember him anymore.
Bro, what the fuck?
There's just too many, man. There's too many goddamn names. X Drake.
I know he did
X Drake
something.
was fighting somebody. He ran into somebody.
Yeah, I it's all fuzzy, but I know he's doing something.
Can't remember now. He ran into, he was trying to fight. He was gonna, wasn't it Kaido? Or not fighting Kaido, but like
yeah, hold on, I think you're right. I think he like just rolled up on someone's base and he was like, "Yo, this is Kaido's territory," and he's like, "Good, that's exactly what I'm looking for."
Yeah, it was something to that effect. Where he was like, "Great, this
I'm
is
here to
what I
challenge
want."
Kaido, and he's not here, but you are. So let's it's your unlucky day.
I think that's it. I think that's everybody.
Mm-hmm. What can I say?
I say, yeah. What am
I allowed to say? Blackbeard's not a supernova, but like worst generation. So like supernovas and worst generation get thrown interchangeably just because like the supernovas are just the worst generation minus Blackbeard. So you might as well just summon the conversation. Blackbeard's a bad guy, obviously. Luffy and Zoro. I think Luffy's going to betray Zoro at some point. Mark my words.
Holy. No, that's a hot take.
So last time we heard, we had Basil Hawkins, Apu, and Kid/Killer form an alliance. That alliance definitely implodes itself, and one of them tries to draw Straw Hat and Law. And my money is going to be on Apu. I think Apu would be the one who'd like want to get revenge or like just be a traitor of some sort. Something like that. He's definitely going to try and switch sides for whatever reason. Uruge, brother, it's been right now, if it hasn't released yet, it's going to release around chapter 1,000, excuse me, not 10,000.
10,000. Holy shit. What how many years have I been asleep for?
We are on chapter 1,000.
What year is it?
90.
It's been the year 2067
and 90 chapters of One Piece, and Uruge still hasn't done shit. So I'm hoping Oda does something with you, bro. I'm hoping. I'm
no
praying.
Shot. He knows he created a worthless character,
There's no
so he's
way,
just leaving him there.
There's no way. You made him a whole Skypean. Like, surely that's important.
Nah, he just had the wings to remind you Skypeans exist.
My God. Oda, please don't forget about Aruge. I beg of you. I don't care what you do with him. Just do something.
Get rid of him. Just kill him.
Drake. I'm not going to say anything on Drake because I'm at a point in One Piece where I can no longer differentiate between like spoiler knowledge and knowledge I have shared with you. And I'm not trying to risk anything. So I'm not going to comment on Drake.
Okay.
Neither with Capone, although he's probably abducted by aliens. Jury's still out on that one. I don't know. This is a personal headcanon for this one, though. I will comment on this. I think Jewelry Bonnie and Sanji are gonna be a thing. And my only
is there any sort of basis for this?
My only basis for it is that Jewelry Bonnie loves eating and Sanji's a cook, and that's it. And that's all I need.
I feel like that's a reason to hate her.
Hello?
Because she has that same endless, bottomless pit of a stomach that Luffy has. The only thing she has going for her is because she's a woman, is that she's a woman.
Do we need anything else? It's a win-win relationship. Sanji gets a woman.
It's not, though, because
Bonnie gets a man who can cook for her.
when Luffy eats all the food, because then he has to go buy more.
But he wouldn't ever show aggression to Bonnie.
No, but he might be angry about it later, and is alone in his chambers.
He would never.
Punching his pillow at night. Go to a fucking grocery store again, the second time today. Fuck.
Listen, I'm sticking with it. I think Jewelry Bonnie and Sanji are going to be a couple. That's my headcanon.
Think you're an animal?
Nah, it writes itself. I'm telling you. But yeah, thank you, Kinkles, for the email. I hope we answered your question. Thank you, Kinkles.
I hope you're doing all right.
Yeah, man. Last we heard from you, I think you mentioned that you were a English teacher in Japan, which is pretty fucking cool.
I hope that went well. Or it's still going well. Whichever applies.
And that's the end of our fan mail for today. And obviously, Patreon shout out to you, Twigo, and our other producer for the month, Jobber. Sorry for getting that wrong in some capacity.
I'd say Jobber. Looks like a Jobber.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for being our financial backbones and producers. Anything else you want to say, Christian?
Well, you've already... All right, I guess I'll finish doing the thing. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Panda Sightings. You can follow in Kenkel's footsteps, his glorious, maybe misaligned footsteps. Kenkels are kind of hard to walk in, by emailing us at pandasightings@gmail.com. And if you want to be like Twigo and Jober, you can support us on Patreon. That's Panda Sightings. And if you'd like to interact with us on a more frequent basis than just emailing, we have a Discord. I got a little bit of phlegm.
So
you can join our Discord. We tend to be in there fairly frequently, and there are a host of very lovely people that populate it now and have turned it into just their cozy little home that's filled with Snaj. There's just Snaj on the walls, Snaj on the ceiling. He's everywhere. So come on down and have yourself a grand Snaj time.
Someone would argue that our community Discord server acts as a third place. And for those who aren't aware what that means, it's a sociology term which describes, the in-between space. You have your job and you have your home. But everyone needs the third place, the place where you can go to just vibe and relax and just be away and do your own thing. And our server could be your third place,
Oh, it's definitely some people's third place.
So yeah, we hope to see you there.
Not going to name any names, but
it's Christian.
I do. I spend a lot of time there now. It's just so cozy.
We try our best.
Anyway, that's it.
See you next week.
If you made it this far, thanks. Thanks for sticking around. If you didn't make it this far, then, you're not listening to this anyway, but I hope you had a good day. Whatever you did. I hope whatever you did with your time instead of listening to us was worth it, because this was a treasure. And if you're listening to this after having come back to it, like you listened to half of it on your car ride over, and then you went to work, and now you're listening, you saved the other half because your job also doesn't let you listen to podcasts or any music type things while you're at work, then thank you for coming back. We need to listen so badly. I need this.
Runtime really matters here,
Yeah.
Finishing every episode is really important to us.
You, the person I just described, you're cool.